what really is a sad, a somber, devastating incident that took place at Rocklands Intermediate School here in Kariega. We're just outside the school. Like you said, a grade 10 pupil was stabbed on the neck by another pupil. The Department of Education is here this morning to offer their support to the school, and I'm joined this morning by Mbulelo Mpupu, who is the Chief Director in the cluster in Bisho from the Department of Education. Mr. Mbulelo, you're here this morning to offer your support, psychological support, emotional support and physical support in your being here to the pupils who are part of the school and those above who saw this happen a couple of days ago.
Yes, I am here as commissioned by the head of department through the instruction by Honorable MEC Fundile Gade, who has actually directed me to come to this school in order to make sure that things are actually falling to place after a tragic incident that happened last week Friday, wherein the Honorable MEC, my office as well, and the office of the head of department received sad news of the incident where a child got stabbed by another one to death. So we want to say upfront, as the Department of Education, through the office of the Honorable MEC, condolences to the families, both families, because basically even the family of the perpetrator is surely in a shock as well, because we assume it cannot be that those parents have actually led this child or directed the child to commit such an incident. And the family of the deceased, our condolences as well. But the school is in a sudden situation. So for that reason, the Department of Education has mobilized psychosocial support services. Hence, I am here to make sure that we provide such a psychosocial support to the learners and also the teachers of the school, together with the support staff of the school, because everyone here is devastated by the occurrence.
And so also important also is to ask how the knife was able to get onto the school premises in terms of searching the pupils when they got into the school premises and also when they leave. Is that being done thoroughly? Because one would say, how would a child that is 19 have been able to bring such a weapon into the school and then commit such a crime?
You see, as the department, we actually have a collaboration with South African police services, and random search and seizure of such objects is done in all our schools in the province, and even in this one. I was actually checking with the principal. Such an activity is done in order to ensure the safety of the learners, but it is not something that is done every day. It's done as a random way of doing it. But now, if you can look around, the environment is actually having trees, shrubs, so much of them. So anything can happen. A child may actually take the sharp object and hide it outside the school premises. Hence, now even this incident happened outside of the school premises. So one can actually say, indeed, such an object was not in the school, but it was actually taken outside of the school. But generally, we are practicing our school safety mechanisms, and we are mobilizing our learners and communities in order to make sure that our schools remain a safe environment as much as possible.
Last, Mbulelo, also, is there also going to be programs, are there programs currently that help children with anger management? Because this fight happened because of a quarrel between the two pupils. So in terms of anger management, psychological help for the children, and also gangsterism and bullyism, are there programs being implemented at the school to prevent a child, when they're angry, to resort to stabbing another pupil?
Yes, certainly we do have. You see, we've got a comprehensive school safety program as the department that is being rolled out in collaboration with departments, other sector departments, Department of Social Development, South African Police Services, Department of Health are actually part, and also we also collaborate with the municipality around this these programs of ensuring school safety of our learners. So we do have such a program is happening, and then we do it in phases, and is actually rolling up. This school is no exception in that. And I must state that we are actually having serious challenges as the department, especially within Kariega, which is basically Nelson Mandela Bay district. We are having challenges of criminality in schools, wherein outside forces come and invade our schools. Teachers are actually staying traumatized in schools. So this is basically talking to serious issues of moral fiber that has actually eroded in our communities. So in order to deal with the character of children that would be having is when the society itself is actually finding its own toll in terms of how they conduct themselves, lives and morals, which is something that we must emphasize on so that we can have proper communities.
Well, that was Mbulelo Mpupu, who is from the Chief Director from the cluster in Bisho, from the Department of Education, here to offer their support to the pupils who are devastated, distraught after a pupil was stabbed just outside the school, saying that it's important within the schools to implement programs that they're currently doing as well, that speak to psychological support and the emotional support of kids to ensure that bullyism and gangsterism doesn't happen at the schools.